From the cave by the Pleasant Valley plane wreck to the halfway point of Carter Hydro in one episode. Plus not one, but two revolvers. Minus the well-fed bonus. And any sign of a bedroll. But it's fine. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of the Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. So, we are halfway through Carter Hydro. Also starving. But I'm just going to start looking around for anything resembling bedding. Now, obviously, there will be bedding on the far side of the dam, which I am approaching. And once I reach the doorway of the dam, I'm definitely going to drop a number of things which I can come back for later. Not necessarily anytime soon, but I can come back for them. It's always kind of a good waypoint for me, for whatever reason. Maybe it's just old habits from when this was one of the only zones in the game. It's always a good waypoint to leave things at the entrance of the dam. Yeah, probably it's just old habits, to be honest. They die hard. Alright, nothing here. Kind of as mostly expected. Nothing underneath, no food, nothing hidden in a corner. I mean, there's a stack of papers, which I'll grab for no good reason whatsoever. But nothing here, okay? I wasn't expecting to find a whole lot up here, but it's always worth a look, especially if all you need is one candy bar to keep starvation at bay. The good news is that outside of Carter Hydro, there are going to be plenty of cattails. So we're going to have food. And yes, by the way, I could have made acorns. I would have needed to prepare them in order to snack on them. But I could have made acorns. But the calories provided by those are minimal. Less than you get for a cattail. So when you're actually looking to keep starvation at bay and you don't have anything to eat, it wouldn't have... I mean, same situation as I was talking about last episode. I would have delayed... I think the example that I used was the candy bar in the barn. You know, if I had actually picked that up, that might have kept me away from starvation for another moment or two. But on these settings... obviously, it's still going to kick back in with a vengeance. All right, let's head up top. This is where we're going to find food, and also water, and more stuff to weigh us down. But I'm particularly hopeful that there could be a fire striker in my near future. Of course, I don't know for sure, but I'm hopeful. I'm also mostly out of lantern oil, which makes me sad.
Hope nobody needs this
I'm just going to leave that spray paint, because I don't need it that badly. I haven't really started using it yet. I'll probably use it in Milton to mark the houses that I've been through because there are so many kind of in rapid succession. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Nothing here, so sad day. Fire Striker was sometimes available there. I think it was mainly on the old loot table, but also perhaps on the new one. Nothing there. Yeah, I don't see any Fire Striker, unfortunately. Okay, let's dip into the admin office. Really just looking... Okay, there's another sewing kit. So the game is continuing to be very kind to me in terms of the sewing kits it provides. Not much else, though. Nothing on top of the bench. A little bit more lantern fuel wouldn't hurt either. Because I'd prefer to be able to see what I'm looking at for the next little bit. I'm not going to go through the safe until I have... Oh, there's some more matches. Again, I'm really confident I'm going to find plenty of matches, which is one of the reasons I don't care as much about the torch trick that we discussed. And once I find a Fire Striker, it's even less of a concern. Oh wait, hang on. That's a revolver round. Didn't see that. That is a Frontier Shooting Guide, which I can burn soon-ish. Alright, and my lantern is about to go out, sadly. So I'm going to have to use a match of some kind. Alright, nothing underneath here. Nothing on the shelves. Nothing underneath there. Or there. Thankfully, we're at a point where the light is not as necessary. But you really can't see much in here without a lantern. So we might have to burn some of the matches that I grabbed.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Decent fleece mittens. Okay. We might have to burn some of the matches that I grabbed in order to finish looking through this area, especially the top floor. Been through the bottom floor, we've been through the middle floor, but not through the top floor just yet. Alright, I don't see any indication of a fire striker anywhere where I would normally expect and or hope to find one. So that makes me a very, very, very sad Hadrian. Let's step over to the left. And I guess I'll use this moment while I still have a little bit of awkward lantern light to spot for things hiding in corners. Which I don't really see anything. Alright, tell you what. I have found no food yet at all in here, which is really quite frustrating. Already been through that drawer. Check this file cabinet. There's gotta be at least one food item in here, even if it's just like a jar of peanut butter or a candy bar. Let's look over here. Not used to having that icon on the bottom of the screen for quite this much time. It makes me sad. Alright, I think I see something on the shelf there. No, that's nothing. That's just a minor discoloration. Again, there are cattails right outside. There's also potentially wolves right outside, but I now have a revolver in good condition that I can use. I did, hang on. Yeah. For a second I was like, I hope I kept the high condition of the two revolvers, you know? Okay, so here's a torch. Let's burn one match. Nothing here. Nothing in the plastic container. Yeah, there's nothing here. Just really looking for anything I can eat at this point. There's some more fleece mittens. I would literally eat anything. I'm not even the hungry one. It's just my character, and I'm sitting here like I would put anything in my mouth right now and attempt to chew on it, even if it were not medically advisable, because that's just how hungry I feel. All right, nothing. Literally nothing food-wise in the entire middle level of the dam. So what I'm going to do in a moment here, I will grab this water out of the toilet, delicious toilet water. We're going to finish searching the bathroom, but before I go upstairs, I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to grab some cattails from the river. Because as long as I can get out there, yeah, there might be some additional things that I can find here. But I need to stave off this starvation at the moment. So let me stop by the door. Put the torch away. Now I am carrying far more than I need to be carrying. Let's first of all drop about a gallon of water. Let's drop some of these training manuals. I'll try to keep the ones that are actually useful to me, which is I've got a couple of archery manuals that'll come in handy. I have a lot of clothing that I don't need. So let's go ahead and rip up the decent sport vest. It is going to take up a little bit of time to do that, which I'll lose some health due to the starvation. But it's a risk I'm willing to take. Looks like the weather outside is getting kind of obnoxious, which was expected. Let me drink some water just to reduce my carrying burden a little bit, and I'm going to... Oh boy. I look forward to being able to drop this heavy hammer once I'm near a forge. I suppose it would be a good time here. Let me... right in front of the door so I don't forget it later. I'm going to drop that. I'm also going to go ahead and drop the stump remover and the dusting sulfur that I have on me. Not because I don't need it. I will probably pick it back up. But because right now I don't need it. You know what I could make, though? Now that I have 5 metal? I think it's 5. Yeah. I need a workbench, but I could make some improvised crampons. So that's one thing I will do when I'm back. That'll come in handy. Let's go ahead and drop those. But for now, current objective is just to see what I might be able to find out here. Now, it sounds like there's a bit of a blizzard out here, and there is. Which, honestly, I welcome that right now. Because if there's a blizzard, there are not going to be any wolves. And if there are not any wolves, then I can safely scavenge for cattails. Like, much, much more effectively. I'm actually not even that cold right now. So that's a beautiful thing. Let me run down to the riverbank. I'm not used to being this foolhardy when I step outside here. But for whatever reason, maybe just because of the sheer warmth of the items that I'm now wearing, this blizzard is not that cold at the moment. It's a little bit weird, but I'm not going to complain, right? So let me come right down here and start grabbing cattails wherever I can see them. Assuming there are any, which there will be. They're just going to be a little bit less plentiful than we've been accustomed to on our last few visits. There's one. I'm going to grab as many as I can. Alright, now that I'm in the section of the river that actually has them, I should be able to find plenty. Maybe not. Alright, there's a few. Okay, so that's 600 calories that I just picked up. It's a little bit windy. A little bit. Let's go ahead and stave off starvation, shall we? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, while I have the advantage of this blizzard, I'm absolutely going to keep looking around for a few more. Because this is normally something that I would do very, very nervously while worried about wolves. And thanks to the blizzard and the nearby shelter, I'm not worried about the wolves and I'm not worried about the cold. I would much rather just tempt fate, stay out here, get my clothes a little wet, be a little cold for a minute, and grab as many of these suckers as I possibly can. So that I can have something to eat for a few hours. There were not that many, though, I have to say. Alright, I see one, no, 2 more. Alright, so I did find a few more, that's good. And there's still a possibility, hello. It's blowing back and forth and I can't grab it. There's still a possibility that I'll find some stuff in the cabins back here. So that's good too. Can't forget about that. And there's also the possibility that thanks to all of this blowing around, I might have overlooked some that will be more obvious when I come back down. But let me go ahead and head up here, because I don't want to lose any more health than is necessary. Now, unfortunately, I am sprinting right now, and that is costing me some of my fresh calories. But that's okay. There's another hacksaw. I'll grab it and maybe compare the condition of the 2 that I'm carrying, but that's about it. Alright, we are back inside. Let's see if we can find any more food. Hey, tomato soup. Decent condition tomato soup. I'm going to go ahead and eat that right away. And before too much longer, I will need to sleep, so I'm just going to try and wear my character out as much as I possibly can so that we can get a good, full rest. Stale chocolate bar and a... oh, nice, another tin of coffee. Okay. Coffee is a welcome It's a welcome to Mystery Lake. I am happy about that. And of course we have the bedroll right here. Nothing in the crate. Nothing over here. No fire striker, by the way. Which makes me very sad. No fire striker at all. Alright, I'm going to step across to the other cabin. Yeah, it's nice not to be quite so hungry anymore. Still have some items that I'll have to go back for in the dam, and I do want to make those crampons in the dam. We have some additional searching to do in there too. So I'm not going to linger here. I'm going to go back before I sleep here. And that will help accomplish my objective of getting nice and tired before I do so. I see some pinnacle peaches. They're in good condition. I'm going to go ahead and eat those. Pinnacle peaches, another reason that I like to go ahead and down them as soon as I get them, on top of the fact that they help both thirst and hunger, they're also quite heavy. They really are a lot to lug around. So you want to try and avoid it if you can. Alright, nothing else here. At all. And ominous music. For what reason, though, game? Why are you giving me anxiety? There's not good cause for you to be doing that to me right now. I don't appreciate it. Please stop. Alright, let's go back here. I want to be careful because I don't have a ton of energy. That is a revolver study guide. That's handy. So what I'll definitely do to conserve my energy when I get back into the dam here in just a moment. Yeah, the blizzards are still a little quiet. This should be a lot noisier than it is. Alright, I'm gonna... When I get back inside, I'm gonna drop as much stuff as I can by the door.
It's goddamn freezing.
I hate to be sprinting this much, but... Alright, inside we go. Alright, now in this case, I'm going to actually make a pile of things right here. Let's drop the hacksaw, drop the heavy hammer, drop the coal. I want everything sorted by weight for a moment. We're going to drop, I don't want to drop the pry bar. I'll drop the quality tools. I can drop all of these books. I can drop the cattail heads. I can pick them all back up later. I have lots of clothing on me that I would like to eventually fully drop, but I still want to use some of that for cloth. Also, we're going to need to repair that ragged wool ear wrap before too much longer. Oh my goodness. Also, the fleece gloves that I'm wearing might actually be better. They are. They're better than the rest of the stuff I have on me. Alright, I can drop that torch. And... okay, you know what? That's good enough. I'm not encumbered anymore. Let me... Not going to last a very long time. But it'll give me some light to move around and maybe find some stuff. Alright, so let me first peek my head down here, because you never know if there's something useful on this bottom level hiding out. Nada. Not that I saw anyway. Could have gotten down to the ground to double check, but now let's go up to the top. Alright, same thing. I'm going to go all the way up to the very top here just to see if there's anything in this top section. Doesn't appear that there is.
I need to find a place to rest.
We are on it, Jennifer, but first, we have this entire top area to search. So let's get this done. Sad I haven't found a bedroll yet, but I think, as I mentioned toward the end of the last episode, we've been through so much territory, especially if we go through and like all of Mystery Lake and don't find one. I think there's a very good chance we will find one. Another sewing kit. There's a very good chance we will find one in Milton. Of course, there's never a guarantee. I'm just talking about probability. and, you know, where they haven't been so far, increases the likelihood that they will be in other places. Medical locker. Wow, still no food items really up here. So this is probably one of the most sparse loot runs I've had at the dam in a while. I don't want to say ever, but certainly in a while. Oh, I used a match by mistake. Oh, well. All right, all right. Thankfully, we found some. All right, there's some spray paint on the ground there. Don't get the flames too close to it. That would be bad. And we have this workbench. Nothing to do with it at the moment. Nothing here. Sad day. What a meager loot run for Carter Hydro. I might be able to get out of this office under this torchlight. Let's see if I can move fast enough. No, probably not. I forgot about these file cabinets, and I still have a desk to search, a trash can, and a file cabinet in the other corner. Wow. Nothing at all. All right, let me turn around and look under the desk before I lose my light. All right, there's a book. Book is not really going to help me that much at this point. It'll start a fire. But that's about it. All right, we're going to search these drawers. If I don't have another torch, I do have a flare. But I'd prefer not to use that. All right, I should have chained that, but didn't. Nothing here. Oh, there's a revolver cartridge. I'll take that. But, wow. Wow. That is a very, very disappointing overall loot run for Carter Hydro. I am extremely sad. Did I get the I don't remember if I got the trash can in the corner. I did. Did I check in the corner by that? Yeah, I did. All right. That's it. That's literally it. Anything underneath here that I missed the first time? Nope. Did I open that? Yes, I did. Wow. Oh, wait. Search file cabinet. All right. So some of these are searchable even though they're open. I saw the word search pop up. I was like, hold on a minute. Come back here. Okay, that's my last torch. So I'm going to have to... Well, no, I don't, actually. I really don't. Hang on, how much lantern fuel do I have left? Like, a little bit? No, I completely ran out. Alright, well... Flare it is. Try to conserve these for obvious reasons. I definitely do, but no such luck today. All right, now I think it's definitely time for me to get back across and get some rest. I still have some food. There's another hacksaw. So we found lots of hacksaws. I wish the game would have put something else down aside from a hacksaw, you know? Because I would imagine there are multiple potential tool class items that spawn. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't check the safe. Let me get the safe. I would imagine there are multiple tool class items that spawn. I'm gonna do this fast. And maybe they share the same slots on the loot table, you know? All right, that's 45 or 46. That was 3, I think. Ah, didn't go all the way around. My bad. All right, so 46. 3. There we go.
This'll come in handy.
Another ear wrap in better condition than the one I'm wearing. Okay, well that makes up for the meager run, like, a little. Not a lot, but a little. I really, really, really would have liked a fire striker. I'm just saying. That would have been chef's kiss, but no such luck for me. So let's step back outside. Now, I do want to go ahead and grab my water. The weather has calmed down, so I'm a little bit concerned about the predator being out here. Because I really don't have... If I were to get jumped right now, I don't have the ability to run from such a predator. The flare would help, in theory. Alright, I'm just going to sprint. I know there's a bed here. It's good enough for me. Alright. Yep, I can use this one. Now, a couple of things I need to do first before the light of day is completely gone. I have a repair that is badly needed on that item that just failed. Rude. But we still have daylight, even though it doesn't seem like it. All right, there we go. That's much better. And this would take 30 minutes to repair these. Go for it.
Just need to close my eyes.
Perfect. All right, so those are a little bit better. The fleece gloves might still be better, I think, but I can't... All right, hang on. At 68% condition... Actually, no, it's these that are going to be better. A lot better. Let's go ahead and just wear those then. So that repair was not necessary, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. So we've got this bed beneath us. Let me now go ahead and eat this candy bar. I have 7 cattails. That's enough to last me. So I can now fully rest. This sleep I'm about to get is going to be glorious. I will have to go back into the dam and grab some of my stuff. But it's going to be a lot of sleep. It's going to regenerate a lot of health. And then we can head out into Mystery Lake. Into areas that are likely to have additional quality loot. And hopefully a bedroll. But even if not, it's Mystery Lake. There are beds around. So I'm at least happy about that. Let's sleep for 12 hours straight. We'll be thirsty when we wake up, but we would have just gotten thirsty. Now, we did burn a ton of calories. Thankfully, we are fully rested. It sounds like there's a blizzard outside again, which honestly, I'm kind of happy about that. If I can be completely open with you. Because again, it's going to give me a bit of cover to do what I need to do next. Now, before I go anywhere, let me see if there's anything else that needs obvious repair. This would take 30 minutes. You know what? Give it a shot. I can give you 30 minutes to have higher quality underwear. All right. We're going to do repairs like that piecemeal for the next little while because I still need to... Okay, it's not a full blizzard, which means I'm not safe. I haven't been in here yet. Let's take a peek. I guess I have. Wow, I completely spaced on that. I don't recall actually having been inside there, but evidently I have. All right, so now... Is that... Wow, it's another pry bar. I don't need another pry bar, do I? What's the condition of the one I'm carrying? 86%? I can drop that torch. What's the condition of that one?
I'll take it.
100%. All right then, better pry bar. Okay, so it actually seems like not only was there a blizzard that just ended, but it's actually getting a little bit calmer, so this is the moment to move. So let me go ahead and grab all the things. I do want to make those crampons. There's a ladder there. This is going to weigh me down, and I might still be able to drop some of the things that I'm carrying here. I know I have an extra hacksaw on me there, so I can drop that. And I can get rid of some of these books. But until I'm more confident in my like food and hunting situation... Also, we've got this green maple sapling. I'm going to pick this up now. It's partially cured. But first things first, let's keep the highest condition hacksaw. If I harvest you, what do I get? Just scrap metal? Yeah, I'm just gonna drop you. I've got scrap metal, and the hacksaw will allow me to get more. What else am I carrying that's so damn heavy? Let's go ahead and drop half of the... I'll tell you what, a little bit less than half. How about that? The sticks are fine. I'll drop the newspaper because I don't need it. Bandages are fine. All of that's fine. I still have a few extra clothing items that I'm carrying, but my extra weight is mainly not coming from that anymore. I have a tin of coffee on me that I need to cook. Definitely. And that heavy hammer is definitely taking up weight. Some of the fuse-related things that I'm carrying are taking up weight. But nothing that I'm really willing to part with. The stump remover, maybe. But let me... I'm just going to go with what I've got right now. It's a little bit more than I want to be carrying in terms of being above my carrying capacity. Let's get this puppy loaded. Perhaps a poor choice of words considering what I'm likely to be shooting at, but at least now that I have a revolver, I can pop off around if there's a wolf, and that will scare the wolf off. I don't have to shoot to wound the wolf. If the wolf is not aggroed yet, I don't have to point, because pointing the wolf would just make him charge. And fun fact, because this is the only gun in the long dark that can be fired from the waist, as I've said in the past, I do use some trigger discipline. And I strongly recommend it as a general habit for anyone using the revolver, because if you have your finger over the mouse button, if you're playing on PC anyway, there's probably a similar habit that you can keep on console, but it wouldn't be as obvious to me what it is since I play on PC. I generally keep my index finger over with my middle finger on the right mouse button when I'm walking around with a revolver out. That way I've got it ready if I need to fire, but I don't have my finger in a place where if I twitch or shiver or anything like that, I fire off a round unnecessarily. I do think I see some cattails down in the area that I first went to search, which is frustrating. I kind of expected that. I had a feeling that maybe it was partially the storm that was making some of them hard to spot. And I'm sure there are cattails further through that way. But I don't want to get too close to where the wolf might be. I do have a revolver. I can scare him off, but in this area, it's kind of enclosed. He would be likely to run to a spot where he would still be near me once the running stopped, you know? So I'm not just going to go looking in that area when I know there's a wolf around, if I know I can just go elsewhere instead. And there may still be some over here, if I'm lucky. I didn't fully search this section of the bank. It's actually still pretty cold, all things considered, which I shouldn't be surprised by. Am I doing this? Yeah, I'm doing this. This is the best way to search for cattails. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to follow the river here. And we're going to go this way first, and we're going to get to the camp office. And maybe set some of our stuff down again while we search the area. But the camp office is the next location where we're very likely to have a bedroll. There are some hunting areas, including one on the other side of this rock face here. There's a hunter's blind that might, emphasis on might, have a fire striker. So there are some good locations to check in Mystery Lake for some of the more quality items that I'm looking for. I'm just happy that I have this bad boy right here, because I feel a little bit more confident in my ability to run off a wolf easily. The trick that you'll see a lot of players who play on Interloper and similar difficulties to this use a lot is they'll have a torch or a flare and kind of hold it out. Remember that wolf fear is reduced on these settings too, so to what extent that affects this strategy, I'm not even sure because I don't use this strategy. But what they do is they will hold out a torch or a flare, and the wolf will approach and then will stop and start growling and bare their teeth. But because you're holding the torch, they'll stop, getting any closer. And so what they then do is they drop the flare, the torch, the light source at that point, and then with a gun or a rock, anything in that slot, the 2 key slot, if you want to call it that. Okay, I see some cattails. They'll just rapidly tap the draw key, basically. And that will cause the game, every single time they start to draw the weapon, it'll cause an aggro check on the wolf. And an aggro check has a pretty high chance of making the wolf actually aggro and charge you, but there's also a slight chance that the wolf will go, oh, screw this, and they'll run off. And so if you rapidly tap it, what you'll see is it's a very effective way, even on high difficulty, to run off wolves. But after some of the discussions in recent episodes, I'm sure I don't need to explain why you won't see me doing that.
Whew. Sure getting cold.
Alright, so I grabbed a few cattails there. There could be a wolf up here, so let's be careful. Seems good so far. I mean, there's plenty of blocked visibility though, so I really shouldn't talk. I don't know until I know. Just looking for any sign of a silhouette. Alright, so we're getting pretty hungry, getting pretty cold. There's a prop deer right there, and that's the first prop deer that I'm actually kind of tempted to tear into for food. And I indeed might. But unfortunately, because YouTube, I'm also thinking in terms of, at this particular juncture, needing a stopping point. So I'm going to keep moving towards the camp office for now, while also grabbing cattails. But I might be back for that prop. Looks like a prop doe. Just want to be very careful that the wolf that I'm thinking of is not right around the corner right now, because that would be Highly unfortunate. Okay, looks like we're good. And there's hypothermia risk. Not entirely unexpected.
I just want to lay down for a bit.
Watching for any more cattails at all. Haven't seen any oak trees in a bit. Once I have more acorns, I will... Oh, just kidding. There's one right there. Holy crap. Literally staring at one as I say that. Wasn't expecting one to be up high. Literally right in front of me. As the words came out of my mouth. That's so freaking funny. Oops. Alright, so... I could go... Oh, hi. Alright, well that's a good sign that there's not a wolf nearby. I'm gonna veer right. I was gonna say I could go left or right here. And there could still be a wolf nearby. It's just less likely. Hello. Did the deer turn its head and look at me? It looked like it did. If so, that's new. Or I've never noticed it before, but as far as I know, the deer's heads don't have that joint built in the modeling. Makes me want to go back and watch the recording like, are you looking at me? It's staring at me like a creeper deer. Okay, I see another cattail. This is good because this particular path that I took me along a route that had lots and lots of cattails. And there are still going to be more as I move. And it does seem like the predators are currently elsewhere on the lake, which is also something I'm grateful for. So this gives me the opportunity, or gave me the opportunity rather, because I'm already taking advantage of it, to search this side of the lake for its cattail yield. And then there's additional thickets on the other side when I need to go back out and check the cabins in the area. But we're approaching the office now. So we're in much better condition than we were before.
I'm starving.
Alright. Just need to get up there and eat some of these before too much longer. Did I walk past any cattails just now? Probably not. These thickets usually are a bit more sparse on them, as is this one. You learn after some time kind of where they're likely to be. With a pretty low margin of error. Yeah, there's one right there. I might as well grab that one while I'm looking at it and then head inside. Man, 43-minute mark. A little bit long on the episode today, but worth it. I don't always need a stopping or a saving point right at the end of an episode, but in this particular case, I do. Hi there. Bye. Okay. And with that, we are inside the camp office. I'm going to go ahead and stop this episode here. In the next one, I'm going to search this place up. Hopefully there's a bedroll up there. Hopefully there's not a dead guy up there. And then there's lots in the area to search. I'm not even worried about my stomach anymore because I've got tons of cattails to eat. And plenty of additional items that I can now drop on the ground again as well. But yeah, for now, I'm going to stop this one here so I can get this episode out to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and additional perks. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.